Good afternoon. Here's the national news from BGI TV, Baba Bagede Imo TV. I am yours faithfully, Morire Rabila Lawal. It's a festive period for the Muslim brothers and sisters all around the world. I wish you Eid al-Kabir in advance. And from BGI TV, we're wishing everyone Eid al-Kabir in advance, and may we celebrate many more. First are the major headlines for the national news. Kuje attack. Our security system has failed. Senate. Ogun lawmakers cry out as cultists resume killings in Abeokuta. Kuje jailbreak. Buhari told to sack Abeokuta immediately, investigate withdrawal of soldiers. Still on Kuje prison break, Boko Haram members can be recaptured in 2 days at Nuøs. Insecurity emulates Boris Johnson, Nigerians to Buhari. Fake army general jailed 7 years, forfeits property. Now the news in detail. The Senate yesterday took a swipe at the management of Kuje prisons over the unhindered attack on it in the early hours of Wednesday by terrorists of Islamic State for West African province ISWAP, saying it speaks volume about the failure of the country's security architecture. The Senate, while describing the incident as unfortunate and disappointing, cited insider conspiracy even as it expressed its total displeasure over non-functional closed-circuit television (CCTV) at the prison, which incapacitated the management and security operatives from preventing and responding appropriately to the attack that led to the escape of over 800 inmates. Like the Senate, angry reactions from the Yoruba social political group Afenifere, its counterpart in Ohanese Ndigbo, Social Democratic Party, African Democratic Congress ADC, Middle Belt Forum MBF, and the Pan Niger Delta Forum PANDEF greeted the terrorist attack. Speaking yesterday in Abuja when he led a delegation of the leadership of the Senate to access the level of attack on the prison, President of the Senate, Senator Ahmed Lawan, said an attack on the Kuje medium security prison could only be possible with the collaboration of insiders in the nation's prison system. Lawan, who expressed anger over what happened in Kuje, was with his deputy, Senator Ovie Omo Agege, and other principal officers. Lawmakers on the Senate delegation, which also adds some members of the Committee on National Security and Intelligence, were conducted around the facility by the Controller General of Prisons, Aliru Nababa. They wondered how 300 ISWAP operatives assessed the premises of the prison on foot, forced their way into the various cells and released over 800 inmates for over an hour without any counter-offensive from security personnel on ground. From the federal story, we go straight back to Ogun State. Ogun lawmakers have cried, Ogun lawmakers have decried the killings going on in our Bantuko area of Abeokuta in other local government area of Ogun State. Daily Post report that between Sunday and Wednesday, about 4 persons were said to have been killed around Akwete, Fajo, and other communities in Bantuko, which is a stone's throw from the Ogun State headquarters in Lewero. Residents of the area said they could no longer carry out their normal activities over fear of cultists chasing one another with guns and cutlasses day and night. Speaking at plenary on Thursday, the lawmaker representing Odeda State constituency, Oludaisi Elemide, had raised the alarm, calling on the police and other security agencies in the state to do the needful. In his submission, Honorable Elemide regretted incessant court clashes among rival courts in Ogun, which he said had led to apprehension among residents. Elemide lamented the killings along the Bantuko area of the state, saying security agencies have to be more professional and avoid unnecessary harassment of innocent people. A video quickly from the police headquarters in Lewero.
Arrest of cultists stroke murderers. Following a court clash that broke out at Ijayi area of Abeokuta on the 23rd of May 2022, which led to the killing of one Ayo Awodele, aka Lambo, at Slap Petrol Station in Ijayi. The anti-cultism unit went after the suspect and succeeded in arresting 3 members of the group. They confessed to being members of a court group and that they were responsible for killing of Ayo Awodele, the suspect Arasaki, Amunekoko, Ajao Abdusemiu, and Jamiu Ajakaye. We also have arrest of suspected cultists on the 30th of June 2022. Policemen attached to Sango Divisional Headquarters received a credible information that some suspected cultists were holding nocturnal meetings somewhere in the Ijoko area of Sangwater with the view to unleash terror after their meeting. Upon the information, detectives from Sango Division invaded the said hideout where 9 members of the group were arrested and 2 live cartridges were recovered from them. The suspects are Oluwasegun Salami, Emmanuel Olajide, Taiwo Babatunde, Segun Ojo, Owolabi Samson, Sunday Salako, Mansuru Ayoade, Sokami Olaogun, and Michael Favour. Other cultists that were arrested in Abeokuta metropolis. The operative of SWAT embarked on technical intelligence-based investigation, which led to the arrest of 8 members of different groups in separate locations within the metropolis. All of them have confessed their membership of different confraternities and their roles in various court classes in some part of Abeokuta. The suspects are Alaka Abimbola, aka BB6, Sotoye Abdurrahman, aka Araba, Yusuf Aje, Masud Ibrahim, Chukwuemeka Daniel, Babalola Gbenga, Ajayi Shakiru, and Ogunsola Oluwaseun. Conclusively, the command wishes to assure members of the public of their safety, as we are not leaving any stone unturned in our continuous efforts to rid the state of crime and criminality. Between the month of March and now,
you are watching the national news from BJI TV. More to come. Human Rights Writers Association of Nigeria on Thursday said Minister of Interior Rauf Aregbesola must be sacked with immediate effect over his consistent failure to stop attacks on prisons in the country. Uriwa's national coordinator Emmanuel Onwubiko in a statement said it is distasteful and condemnable that over 15 jailbreaks have occurred under Aregbesola in the last 5 years, while over 3,000 inmates have escaped. The group also ordered President Muhammad Buhari to stop asking rhetorical questions on social media on how the intelligence system of the country failed to detect Tuesday attack at Kuje prison in Abuja. Uriwa said the president should immediately set up judicial panel of inquiry on prison breaks in Nigeria and ensure that such assaults on the entire security apparatus of Nigeria do not recur. Recall that terrorists attacked the Kuje Correctional Center on Tuesday evening, bombed the prison, killed some security agents and inmates, while they set over 600 prisoners free, including 64 Boko Haram suspects. According to the media report, soldiers deployed to Kuje vicinity and the correctional center's environment who had mastered the terrain were redeployed 24 hours before the dastard attack. In fact, Tukur Mamu, a media aide to controversial Islamic cleric and bandit sympathizer and negotiator, Ahmed Gumi, said the Kuje prison attackers were members of the Ansaru terrorist group who launched attack and kidnapped scores of passengers in Abuja-Kaduna bound train on March 28. Still on the Kuje prison jailbreak, Ali Undume, the senator representing Borno South, has said the inmates who escaped from the Kuje correctional facility can be recaptured within 2 days. The lawmaker stated these while making an appearance on Channels Television's Politics Today on Thursday night. According to Undume, if the necessary security agencies are given what they need, they will bring back the inmates. All the security agencies responsible call their heads and say get these people back in 2 days. Remember what Babangida did when Anini was on the loose and robbing everywhere, spraying money. At one of the Supreme Council meetings, Babangida asked Inyang, where is Anini? Go and get Anini. After 2 or 3 days, they got Anini. It's been 100 days and the victims of the Kaduna Abuja train attack have not been found. Now, 2 days after the jailbreak, nobody can say where these people are. Recall that Minister of Defense, Bashir Magashi, on Wednesday said that Boko Haram suspects in Kuje Correctional Facility are missing. Unknown gunmen had attacked the prison with explosives on Tuesday night. Magashi claims the attackers are Boko Haram insurgents and 64 of its members who were inmates in the facility cannot be found. In case you're just joining, you are watching the national news from BGI TV. More to come. Following the worsening security crisis in the country, some stakeholders have insisted that President Muhammadu Buhari should immediately resign as Nigerian leader. Daily Post report that the terrorists and bloodthirsty bandits have been on rampage across the country, causing imperishable havoc. The insecurity ravaging the nation on Tuesday, June 5th, took a frightening dimension with separate attacks on different government establishments and officials, including those working with President Muhammadu Buhari. President Buhari's convoy was attacked by a suspected bandit in Katsina State on Tuesday. According to reports, at least 2 officials were seriously injured in the attack. Recall also that the country's Medium Correctional Custodial Center was attacked on Tuesday night when suspected members of the Boko Haram and Islamic State West African Province ISWAP invaded the facility and freed at least 800 inmates. Same day, about 2 officers were killed in Katsina State where the presidential convoy was attacked. Another senior police officer, an assistant commissioner of police, was also murdered in the separate attack. The development triggered Nigerians, particularly social media users, to call for immediate suspension of all preliminary campaigns and other activities regarding the forthcoming general elections. They expressed pessimism that the election would not hold, citing the level of criminal activities going on across the country. But speaking with Daily Post, a national coordinator of the Human Rights Writers Association of Nigeria, ORIWA, Emmanuel Omubiko, said this election must hold if the president fails to resign. And finally, on the national news, Justice Oluwatoyin Taiwo of the Ikeja Special Offences Court in Lagos State on Thursday convicted and sentenced a fake army general, Assam Karim, aka Bolariwa Abiodun, to 7 years imprisonment. Karim was convicted after he admitted to using the name of former President Olusegun Obasanjo to defraud a businessman, Bamidele Safiriyu, of 266.5 million naira. The defendant was arrested at his house in the Alabado area of Lagos State on Wednesday, January 11, 2022. Karim was arraigned on April 11, 2022 for falsely representing himself with a forged letter of appointment to the complainant, Kodef Clearing Resources, as a general in the Nigerian Army. He claimed to have been shortlisted by the President, Major General Muhammadu Buhari, retired, to be appointed as the Chief of Armed Staff, and that he needed a short grant to process the appointment. The defendant pleaded guilty to all the charges. While ruling on the 13 counts, Justice Taiwo ordered that the convict give the complainant 20 million naira. The judge also said the defendant should forfeit 4 vehicles recovered during a search of his home on Joke Ayo Street, Alabado, and a building on Joke Ayo Street, Alabado, Lagos. Among the things he forfeited were a black Range Rover Sport, a black BMW 750 NNI, and a black Toyota Land Cruiser and a white Toyota Hilux. That was the national news from BGI TV. But before we go, some major headlines. Kuje attack. Our security system has failed. Senate. Ogun lawmakers cry out as cultists resume killings in Abeokuta. And we're brought to you concerning insecurity. Emulate Boris Johnson, Nigerians to Buhari. And finally, fake army general jailed 7 years for forfeits property. For more updates on our YouTube channel, the handle is Babagide Imo TV. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell, select option all, and enjoy all of our broadcasts. On Facebook, Bagide Imo with Alawiye Adebayo. Please like and follow the page. On Instagram, Bagide Imo _22. For advertisement of your goods and services, coverage of events and function, do dial the phone number streaming on your screen for advert placement. Thank you for watching. I am Morire Rabila Lawa. Good afternoon.